So the objectives, they need to create a Lightbox with working buttons, navigation with a drop-down menu, has to have a responsive design, 2-column layout, using flexbox, and they, what was the last objective? Here's what I'm gonna do, guys. I'm gonna actually post all the objectives in, right below the stream so you guys can see it at all times. That's what I'm gonna do. There's also a bonus because I know the objective's not gonna be there long enough for you guys to see. But I do have it popping up every now and then. Coral, welcome to Syntag. Do we get to view the completed site afterwards live in browser? You can actually, the writing one, welcome to Syntag. You can actually view the live preview whenever you want, man. Even during the game, you could refresh in your own browser as much as you want to see, you know, to see it for yourself. Yeah, you better be ready for the hype. So, again, guys, with these objectives, you know, they get a point for each objective they complete, so they want to complete these objectives. If they don't, it's not the end of the game. They just don't get a point. So, right now, I'm just heading on over to my channel right now because I'm going to add the, what do you call it, objectives to the stream so that you guys can see it. So, here we go. Okay, cool. So I think I just added it. Can my moderators please give the live preview link in the chat for both red and blue team? Nuclear Pizza, welcome to Syntag. Nuclear Pizza. There we go. So in the chat, you guys see the live link. I think he didn't split it up. So Aristone01, welcome to Syntag. There you go. I'm splitting it up for you guys. So there it is. And I actually need to have these open as well, so let me go ahead and take care of that. There we go. Hang on, I'm not sure if this is this the actual? Unless you guys didn't delete the project files or something. Fox, can you make sure that those were the correct links? They should be. I think they should be. Anyways, yeah, this was from the last game we had on Friday. Alright, so anyways, we're just waiting for confirmation on both teams to be ready, and then we're going to start the game. I did post the objectives on the live stream so you guys can see. Something happened with the actual. Here we go. Okay, it should display correctly now. So if you guys are interested in knowing what the objectives are for this game, you can just simply refresh this page and look at the bottom of the stream, and you guys will be able to see this. Yeah, I'll increase the objectives on the on the actual stream to be like 30 seconds long right now so that you guys can see that a bit longer. NX Anxiety, welcome to Syntag. So we're gonna have it to where it'll display for 30 seconds as opposed to 15 seconds. And I think that'll give you guys enough time to actually check that out. Okay, so here we go. I'm restarting it. There you go, guys. You guys should be able to view the objectives for a lot longer. So the objectives: a light box with working buttons, navigation with drop-down menu, responsive design, 2-column grid using flexbox, a shrinking nav when scrolled down, and then the bonus: an absolute position clear empty coffee mug that fills while hovered. So yeah, I mean, guys, again, the teams won't get points for completing the bonus unless they complete all 5 objectives. So you cannot complete the bonus objective until you complete all 5 objectives. Does that make sense to you guys? Could we have the objectives on DevWars.tv? Unfortunately, we cannot append anything to the website at this very moment. We don't have the website in that way, functional in that way, just yet. But we're gonna have it to where we'll. Where's the Bitcoin? I'm sorry, guys. It might be in the next game. You never know. I'm gonna refresh this page. Can one of my moderators please address this issue? We still have the Pokemon project stuff, you know, unless this is... Yeah, we still have the Pokemon stuff up. So, okay, blue is ready, guys. Awesome. Now we're just waiting for confirmation on the red team. What is going on? Well, what's going on is that if you head on over to this link right here, I'm going to post in the chat, we still get the Pokemon stuff. I just want to find out what's up with that. Okay. Let's see here. This might be it right here. There we go. I got it. So this is the link. These are the objectives for the game, just posted to the left over here. Red is ready. Alright, guys, beautiful. Does both teams understand the objectives? Oh, okay, yes they do. There's different comments for each of these, so it won't work that way. Okay. So, as you guys can see, the players have the objectives posted in their index HTML so that they can see what the objectives is at all times. So that's awesome. I'm trying not to have it to where you guys can see these chats. And I think okay. Alright guys, so here we go. I'm going to do the countdown right now. We're about to start DevWars at this very moment. So here we go. I'm gonna go ahead and do that countdown. So here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Start the game. There is a 5-second countdown before the actual game starts. It looks like a blue team is already like ahead. Holy crap. Beautiful. Alright guys, so the objectives, again, for those of you guys who are just now tuning in, they have to build a coffee themed website. A coffee themed website. Make sure my moderators make sure that they know that it's a coffee themed website. So they have to create a coffee shop. That's the theme of it. But the objectives are to create, let's see over here. So they need to create a Lightbox with working buttons. They need to create a navigation with drop-down menu, with a drop-down menu. It has to have a responsive design, a 2-column layout using flexbox, and a shrinking navigation when scrolled down. Okay, guys, so they don't have to complete these objectives, but it is recommended that they do because they get a point per objective they complete. Also, you guys do see there is a bonus objective, and they do get another point for completing that, but they cannot earn that point until they have completed all 5 objectives. So I wouldn't even bother with the bonus until you have completed all 5 objectives. Also, they can earn points through the voting polls as well, so we're still doing that. The votes do influence, you know, the points that they get. Okay, we're going to scroll down here. So it looks like Epinence, who is handling HTML on the blue team, has started his navigation. He's doing all his imports with this JavaScript. He added his library. He's got his style sheet imported. Everything is just looking very good for the blue team. They're taking care of their CSS. They're taking care of their JavaScript. Over here on the red team, it looks like, you know, they're still kind of barely scratching the surface. They don't have too much added to their code on the HTML. Nothing started on the JavaScript, and the CSS on the red team only has some CSS resets being added. So not much going on, guys, on the red team. So I mean, right off the bat, guys, I would have to say that blue team is on fire. So whoa, that heat though, that's pretty hot, guys, from the blue team. You guys got to watch out. I don't know, guys. So already blue team is ahead, but again, anything can happen. You know, it's we're only like 3 minutes into the game, but as of now, blue team is off to an incredible start. Even though, you know, they don't have very much on the HTML, I believe that the JavaScript position can still do what they can until they get that content, if that makes sense. And that's exactly what's going on the blue team. They're still structuring out their functions so that, you know, by the time HTML is done inputting whatever stuff they have, they're going to be able to just simply add the IDs of the divs and such. Alright, so I'm going to hit this refresh button to get the live reload working. So as you guys can see here, we do have the live preview. Guys, I'm sorry that the objectives thing is kind of taking up the screen here, you know, and replacing. What I might do is I might have the objectives popping up in the live preview instead. That's what I'll do. That way it doesn't interfere with any of the important stuff. Yeah, I think that's what we need to do. So here's what I'll do. I'll add it on both sides. I'll have it pop up on both sides so that, you know, you guys can see it. Here we go. There we go. So it'll pop up right there. It'll also pop up on the other side as well. I think that's the best way to do it. Okay, so Foxlin was being kind of a douche in the chat. One of my moderators took care of that. Okay, anyways. Yeah, so let's see what's going on. Nothing going on. Watching this, you'll get a pretty good taste of developers whom practice and hand code frequently and those who use skeletons and frameworks. That is very true, yes. Okay, so on the red team, guys, as you guys can see, not very much going on just yet. They might be coordinating, trying to figure stuff out, of course. Man, we have a lot of code over here already being added on the CSS for the blue team. Good job to Flamariel, who's just on top of it. He has this Lightbox absolutely position absolute, which is very ideal for a Lightbox setup. Man, just nothing going on at the moment on the red team. They need to keep it rolling, guys. They have, you know, just, I mean, they have a lot of time still, so I mean, they do have time, but you want to maximize every single second you have to complete all these objectives, because the goal is they need to complete as many objectives as possible, because the more objectives they complete, the more points they get, and the more points they get, you know, they'll win, depending on that. Alright. Okay, so I'm not sure if I said it in the past about the point value system, but here's the way we're doing it. So we're going to vote based on design, and then we're going to vote based on functionality. Each vote, using the live poll, they'll earn 2 points, not 1, but 2 points, based on how they do there. Also, the objectives, each of those objectives are worth just 1 point. The bonus is worth 1 point as well. We do have confirmation over here in the style that the... Okay, DePill, I will check my messages when I have time. I am Honor. I'm not sure if I read that right, but welcome to Syntag. Make yourself at home. You're watching DevWars at this very moment. The JS guy left. Can one of my moderators please give me confirmation if he has left for good, or if he just is having C9 problems, which is a possibility as well. We have seen it in the past. Uner. Okay, I am Uner. Welcome to Syntag. Well, I mean, we're going to have to see. We're going to have to find out. Let's see what my staff has to say about this. So if my staff can message me in the TeamSpeak to let me know what's going on, that would be pretty awesome. Okay, and during this time, somebody wanted me to check my email, my message on Reddit. I'm not seeing anything in my messages, my friend. I'm sorry. So I don't know if you sent it to me or not. Man, they're just getting stuff done over here. I mean, propagated. Welcome to Syntag. So yeah, I mean, it looks to me like Red Team is off to just a horrible start because of their JavaScript guy. But then again, guys, JavaScript, you know, they don't have, they're not, it's not over for the Red Team. They can still come out with a better design. They can still complete most of these objectives, you know. It's really something they can pull off. I'm going to write a comment. Okay. I'm going to write, don't give up. Don't. They need some motivation to stick you know, you know, continue doing their very best, even though they don't have their JavaScript. And we do have a QQ over from the HTML guy, which is Eversendy, who's playing. I think HTML, yeah. Yep, he is importing over here URLs. He's importing Open Sans, which is awesome. Can my moderators let me know in TeamSpeak yeah, moderators, let me know in TeamSpeak what's poppin', what's going on. Okay, I did give permission to Jung to handle CSS and JavaScript, and that's because, hey, their JavaScript guy left. We can make adjustments like that during the game if they lose their one of their teammates. That is totally fine. So only Jung is allowed to handle JavaScript. So can one of my moderators please update the team player sheet for red team to make sure that Jung is on both positions so that everybody who's watching understands? Sell a door, welcome to Syntag. Wow, what a strange name. Sell a door. Wow. Okay, yes, TeamSpeak link is posted in the chat, so if you guys want to see what is going on over on the red team or what is popping on the blue team, you totally can. You know, pretty much stalk them, listen to what they're saying, and stuff like that. Permission to touch all languages. I don't know about that, Fox. It's only Jung to touch JavaScript and CSS. It's decided. Okay, well, oh, Chronotope, welcome to Syntag. Okay, well, my moderators are the one who's taking care of what's going on, so they're just gonna take care of that for me. I'm thinking that since JavaScript left, they should have some handicaps, right? Okay, perfect. So they should have some handicaps added to them to allow them to stay in the game, because it is just not fair. Yes, PHP Joe, you are late. Unfortunately, JavaScript on the red team left during the game, so red team was left without a JavaScript guy, but we are taking care of that by giving them permission to handle all. So yeah, they do have permissions to take care of whatever language they want. That is their handicap for the game. Okay, so unfortunately, Hitchcock kind of screwed his team over. Anyways, let's see what's going on. So, wow, look over here on the blue team. They have their Lightbox div. They have their closed box added as well. They have to build a coffee-themed website. Can one of my moderators let them know, make sure that they know it's a coffee-themed website? I haven't heard confirmation from you guys that you guys know if they know. But the objectives are clear, and they post, they'll pop up every now and then on the actual live preview spot, right? So you guys will be able to see that there. The JavaScript guy's username is Hitchcock, so you guys can see his name at the top of the screen. But yeah, the objectives, if you don't see the objectives pop up, if they're not up right now, you can look under this video. I posted all of the objectives for this game right under the DevWars sidebar, so you guys can see it there. There you go. So the objectives are up. You guys can see the objectives are Lightbox with working buttons, navigation with a drop-down menu, responsive design, 2-column layout using flexbox, shrinking nav when scrolled down, and also a bonus is to have an absolute position clear empty coffee mug that fills while hovered. So, I mean, can they do something like that? Who knows? Again, they get a point for each objective, and they get a point for the bonus as well, but they cannot earn that point for the bonus until they have completed all 5 objectives. So that is the way that works. And then they get 2 points for winning in the design category vote, and they get 2 points for winning in the functionality vote. So let the games begin. So they do have the handicap position being added to the red team. However, they still don't have any JavaScript added, and they're going to want to do that if they want points for the Lightbox objective that they have. Most of this can be done with CSS, but if they do want that extra point, they're going to need to create that Lightbox. And they do have that div targeted right here in their HTML. Yes, let's give you guys the preview URL. There's the blue team. And there is the red team. There you guys go. We do see some coffee mug action going on. Beautiful. Awesome. So we finally have some CSS being added as we speak over on the red team. Good job, Jung, for taking care of that. Actually, yeah, Jung. Cool. And then over here we have some beautiful comments added over here by Epinance. Check that out, guys. He has comments for when it starts and comments for where it ends. I really like that. Like, that is something that I do in my workflow, is I always close off the divs with comments so that I know where they're closing. I mean, and this is the first time, believe it or not, we've seen this happen on DevWars where somebody in HTML has been closing off tags with comments. I mean, that's brilliant. It's definitely going to make the code more readable. We do have some comments over here in form of a picture, so blue team for the win. Let's see if there's anything over here on the red team. No, nothing like that, which is fine. I mean, they're not going to get points for doing that, so. But blue team did do that before the game starts, and that's totally fine. Okay, check this out, guys. Over here on the blue team, they're writing the Lightbox styles as we speak. So they're doing the Lightbox image using percentages. Okay, so they decided to go with fixed position as opposed to absolute, and that would work actually better than absolute, because with fixed, it's going to position itself no matter what screen size you have. And for those of you who don't know, Lightbox is where when you click on an image, for instance, it'll open up a little window showing you guys what the image is, and then you'd have the ability to either close it or, you know, go to previous or next to see the next image. Don't say the B word in syntax presence. Did somebody say bootstrap? Oh my goodness. If somebody said bootstrap, you need to ban that person right now. Drop the ban hammer on his head. Holy crap. I'm just playing. Don't be scared. It's Kensters. You didn't know. No, but so frameworks are not allowed in this game. It has been decided in the past. Everything is done from scratch. Okay, we have JavaScript handled on the red team. Being handled. They're adding their image. Oops, I didn't mean to open that. Okay, so they are adding images to their little array that they have. So they have some sort of array, image array, right? And who's editing this? It's Jung. Jung's taking care of that. We only have 3 selectors in the CSS for red team. I mean, holy crap, they need to catch up. Look at this, guys. Look at blue team. Flamariel is just going hard over here. Somebody needs to tell this guy to slow down. This guy is just killing it. Jeez. And over here, not to mention the Signal Exception, who's handling JavaScript on the blue team. Look at this. Look what he's doing right over here. He has animations over here. He's creating the slideshow function over here for the image on click. He's just setting up all these functions. He has the init function over here. Everything's just looking good. And you can see the JavaScript over here on the red team taking form as we speak. Let's see over here. This Jung guy who's handling both CSS and JavaScript, oh my goodness, they are just... He's probably sweating right now. I mean, there's 38 minutes left on the clock. And I mean, he's taking care of 2 languages. Let's see if they can pull it together. Because for you guys who don't know, Hitchcock did leave. Can one of my moderators update and remove Hitchcock from the top of the screen so that people aren't confused on what's going on? Can we use preprocessors like SAS? In today's DevWars, no, but in the future, yes. We don't have a problem with preprocessors. On Nuosa? I think that's how you say it. Welcome to Syntag. Yeah, we don't have a problem with preprocessors by all means. I am aware of them. Okay, yes. Responsive design includes something that's called fluid design, and what fluid design is, it's pretty much setting your containers and everything, all your content to have widths defined by percentages, right? So as you guys can see over here, we are using percentages for a lot of this stuff, which is how you get that fluid design. And also another part of responsive design is utilizing media queries to adjust content according to the size of the screen that you're viewing in. So it's kind of a mixture of those two. Check this out. Bonus task, coffee mug, only do if spare time, give coffee. Look at this. Look what they're writing over here. Wow, the coordination on the blue team is just real right now. It is. So those of you who don't know, guys, you cannot complete you will not get any points for completing the bonus objective until you have completed all 5 objectives. So there is 5 objectives. So even if blue team spends their time completing that bonus objective, they will not earn any points for that until they have all 5 objectives complete. So it looks like they are planning to do the bonus. They do have it in their minds that they want to complete that in the future. So are they going to be able to complete all 5 objectives on time, though? We'll see. We will see. Man, just, yeah, blue team is just killing it right now. Let's see what they got going on in the live preview. So I just refreshed the page. This is what they have. So on the blue team, they just have some images of coffee mugs over here. And I mean, yeah, so I mean, and I'm sure these images are going to be utilized in the Lightbox once they get that up and running. Over here we have the navigation that's just kind of oddly placed at the very moment, and that's because they're still working on the styles for that. And over here on the red team, they simply just have these buttons. They have the navigation over here as well. As you can see, the bullet points over here for the UL tags, but they probably don't have any text in here. Yeah, they just don't have any text at the very moment. Okay, so let's see what the HTML on the red team is working on at this very moment. I don't see what they're doing, so we're going to have to come back to them on that. Over here on the red team, they are currently styling this WGB class. And in this WGB class, right here, we see it indicated right here, which is in the inside of the model class. I'm not sure what WGB stands for, but we'll find out. And he is styling the model, the menu inside of the model class as we speak. Over here, let's see what's popping on the blue team's CSS. Let's see what they're working on at this very moment. I don't see, I think this is his selector. Yep, this is his selector. He is currently inside of the navigation tag selector, but I'm not seeing him doing anything there. Oh, he left. Here he is. So, oh, looks like he's working on the flex, which is actually one of the objectives, one of the 5. Okay, and over here on the JavaScript, let's see what's going on over here. Signal, who is handling JavaScript. I don't see his selector anywhere. There it is. So right now he has a selector for the Lightbox closed ID, and he's having it to where it's a function where on click it'll run anything that's in here, and what that's simply going to do is it's going to close out a Lightbox. Yeah, so right now he's working on this variable over here for the image wrapper. So that's what's popping over here on the JavaScript. Let's go over here in the HTML on the blue team and see what Epinence is doing. A lot is going on, but I'm not seeing where his current selector is. How about Eversendy, who is handling HTML on the red team? Again, I'm not seeing any activity at this very moment. But over here in that WBG, we start to see some styles taking place. This WBG class is starting to have some character. And yeah, WBG may stand for white background because the background is white. Yeah. Beautiful. So I don't see any percentages. And, you know, that is part of responsive design, is utilizing percentages to have your windows be fluid, on your content be fluid on your website, no matter what size the position is. So are they going for a responsive website? Probably not. It doesn't look that way at this very moment, but they will earn more points if they do. So, I mean, the objectives are posted right below the stream if you guys are interested. And we're going to just head on over to the website right now and see what they have going on at this point. Oh, well, check this out. They do have their Lightbox, you know, styled in such a way to where you can see it. Of course, you can't close out of this, and you can't hit previous or next because they simply don't have the JavaScript coded out to do so. But they can, what they're doing right now is they're just having it visible so that they know what it's going to look like, and so that they can style it. Oh, wow, guys, look at that. Look at that. They already have a Lightbox working over here on the blue team. I mean, at the very moment, it doesn't matter what image you click, but they have it working, so they have that going on right now. All they have to do is optimize it, you know, change a few things here and there. And I love it. It looks amazing. Let's go back over here and refresh on both screens here. So, and it looks like they did just add a background over here on the red team for their project. So that is really awesome. Okay. Yes. Okay, so let's see over here what's going on in the CSS now on the blue team. Because they have a lot going on over here. They're even utilizing the clear fix. Let's see if they added float. So I don't know if they're using float. It looks like they're not even using float from what I can tell, but he might have that there just in case. These are all the general styles. So if they ever did need to use float, they have it styled right there, so they can totally utilize that if they ever had to. And over here we see on the blue team, it looks like he was using some short codes to type out his divs, which is, I didn't know you can do that in C9, which is, holy crap, this guy did his research. So this guy is probably just increasing his workflow speed by like 10 times the average coder because of the shortcuts he's utilizing. Down here we have some more stuff being born at the very bottom over here. So start image and Lightbox start. Beautiful. It's just these functions that'll run at the very bottom over here. What's going on the red team's HTML at this very moment? They are using Font Awesome as indicated by these classes right here. And then if we look at the top, yep, we see Font Awesome imported over here. And that's going to give them access to the icon font library, which will help their site look nice. We did see Open Sans posted over here, or imported rather. Ah, man. The only way to drink coffee is black, guys. Alright. So over here, we have the images inside of the WBG class to have a box shadow. And they are adding their vendor prefixes, as you can see right here. They are adding that to make sure that it is compatible in all the browsers. What's going on right now in the JavaScript? I have to kind of keep going back and forth because we do have 6 documents open and stuff is going on in all of them. We are about 34 minutes into the game, so about more than halfway in, and both teams have created a good amount of content from both sides. Wow, check that out. On the red team, they already have the Lightbox close, the ability to close the Lightbox, which is cool. Do these buttons work? Not at the very moment, but they do have a Lightbox and you are able to close it, which is brilliant. They don't have a way of opening it just yet. Let's see what about the blue team? Can you do that over here? So when you click on one of these, okay, so it's not working anymore. They probably changed some stuff around, but they do have some smooth scroll. I like that. Smooth scroll, and they have their menu, which it looks like they're working on their drop-down menu over here. So one of the objectives was to build a drop-down menu and also have it to where when you scroll down, the menu would shrink, so the navigation would shrink. And for each objective they complete, the team earns 1 point. Also, we're still going to be doing the live poll, so when you're voting, we're going to be voting on 2 categories, design, and we're also going to be voting on functionality, and they're going to earn 2 points if they win one of those. They are not allowed to use CSS animations. Eversendy, let's see what he's doing. Yeah, he's not doing very much. He needs to get some stuff done over here. Jung is just going hard, guys. Like, this poor guy. He's working on in all these documents because their Hitchcock JavaScript guy did leave, unfortunately. What the hell? Did they just time out Wolves, our #1 viewer? What the heck? What has gotten into my moderators? They're not being really nice right now. Okay, he was just kidding. They were just playing around. He loves you. See, that's what happens when our moderators love you. So you don't want to get on our good side. Okay, over here on the blue team, it looks like Flamariel, man, he's just doing a fantastic job over here styling everything. He has Translate over here on his transform, and I don't believe we've seen that before. Wow, he's just doing such a fantastic job. Over here as well for Signal Exception, his JavaScript is looking really nice, but holy crap. Red team is catching up, guys, all thanks to Jung-Oh, who's just doing a fantastic job. Let me ask him right now where is your HTML guy? So I'm asking him right now where he is. Gone. So it looks pretty depressing over there on the red team right now. Jung-Oh having to take care of everything. After competing in DevWars and seeing me stressed out during it, my mom brought me a coffee mug saying, "Keep calm and have some more." I think you inspired my mom's syntax. That's awesome. I'm going to have to post that in our sexy quotes section on our page. It is a 3-verse-1, guys. We have confirmation that it is a 3-verse-1. Can Jung do it? This guy is a very smart guy. He's won a lot of games in the past, and yeah, he's just. I mean, I have faith in him. I mean, he can do it. He definitely can do it. And guys, that would be very embarrassing if he did. It would be very embarrassing for the opposite team to lose to one person. Okay, so I did post that in the sexy quotes section, so yeah, we should have substitutes. Unfortunately, we don't at this very moment because a lot of you guys are too scared to apply. I'm just kidding. Nah, but if you guys want to play in the next DevWars game that we have coming right after this, just head on over to devwars.tv/play, fill out the application, and we'll get you in the game for the second one. Okay, man, Jung is just taking care of everything right now, so this is him right now. Oh, no, Eversendy right now. This is Eversendy. Eversendy's in the game. He's writing stuff right now. So it looks like it is a 2-verse-3. We have 20 minutes left on the clock. Can Jung-Oh and Eversendy take care of what they need to do before the game ends, guys? Who knows? So we have 2-verse-3. I can see right now Eversendy was typing stuff, so that's awesome. Okay, okay, so it looks like Eversendy's working on the CSS at this very moment, so they are going to be working together. Yeah, the communication in a one-player team is easier. That is true. Okay, so yeah, they are back in it. So let's refresh the site and see what they have accomplished so far. Okay, check this out. On the blue team, they do have the navigation not shrinking, but I mean it is doing something, and I'm sure they're gonna sort that out. When you click on one of these, yep, there you go. So you see a Lightbox open depending on the image you click. On the blue team, they already have that taken care of. It looks like this is starting to take shape as we speak, this menu. Awesome. Okay, guys, check this out on the red team. They are sticking to it right now. They're trying their very best to pull through. Okay, they have it as well to where when you click on one of these images, it'll open up a Lightbox. I hope they center this, because over here on the blue team, they do have it to where it is centered to the center of the screen, which is accomplished by the fixed position. This might be absolutely place. Yeah, this is an absolute place div right here, and if they would just change that to fixed, they would be able to fix it. But I mean, it could be whatever style they're going for. Maybe they didn't want to go down that route. Also, they do have a previous and next button that they're adding over here that I don't believe blue team has thought of or put any thought into. So they might win on the functionality on the red team depending on how they get things to work. And right now, I'm seeing the display flex being coded as we speak right here in the CSS. And they just deleted it. They may have placed that in the wrong container. They're probably going to add it here. Yep. They added it to the model class, the display flex. So the 5 objectives are posted below this video, but for those who don't know, they need to create a Lightbox with working buttons. Their second objective is they need to create a navigation with a drop-down menu. It has to have a responsive design. It has to have a 2-column layout using flexbox. Also, have a shrinking nav bar when scrolled down. So when you go up, the navigation will expand. When you go down, the navigation will shrink. Also, there is a bonus objective, and that is to have an absolute position clear empty coffee mug that fills with coffee while hovered. So they can only complete that objective if they completed all 5 objectives. Well, I mean, they can complete it, but they won't earn any points until they have completed all 5. So let's see what they're doing right now in the HTML for the blue team. I'm not seeing anything being added right now. They're probably trying to figure out, or they're probably communicating right now to coordinate with, what they're going to do. On the on the CSS on the blue team, they are adding their drop-down stuff. So they're adding the active attribute over to this drop-down title. And they're adding display none to it, which I think is kind of strange. Red team is doing fantastic for 2 versus 3. And there was a point in time where it was a 1 versus 3, believe it or not. It got down to that point where 2 of their teammates left, which really just kind of put a lot of stress on Jung-Oh, who was handling CSS originally, but he ended up having to handle HTML and JavaScript, and as well, of course, CSS. But holy crap, he is pulling it together. He has not gave up. So congratulations to, well, give props to Jung-Oh, who is just simply not giving up. He is not accepting defeat. So they don't have this close button working anymore on the red team. They probably are changing stuff around while I'm looking at this page. They don't have it to where, normally I'm used to Lightboxes where when you click in this black area, it'll close the Lightbox. I mean, you can of course use this X button, but I am used to Lightboxes that'll close out. I mean, they're not gonna get, more points or anything like that for doing that, but it is something that I think would be pretty cool to have. And is this drop down working? It looks like it is, but not on hover. It looks like you have to click it. It is not. It is no longer 1 versus 3. It is 2 versus 3. Yes. It was 1 versus 3 though, and that was crazy. So over here on the red team, what are they working on, guys? Just 14 minutes left on the clock. So we're already 3/4 in, and a lot has been done. Okay, over here they are adding some JavaScript. Eversendy is adding JavaScript. So it is really cool to see that Eversendy and Jungo can interchangeably handle these different languages. They must have some extreme communication going on because you know, they don't have very much time on the clock, and they would have to you know, pull together to make this happen. I mean, and Eversendy left and then he came back. He would have had to have spent time reading what Jungo wrote, and you guys know it is. You developers out there should know it is not the easiest thing to read other developers' code. So everybody has their own way of writing things, and you kind of have to adapt to it. Let's see what's going on over here. Epinensis selector is right here, right after the list tag on the dropdown container. So, oh well, he left it. Now he's adding a div over here. Check this out. He is using a short code. He simply added div and then period and then the class name, and it just created a div with the class immediately. So I'm not sure if the red team is aware of this short code. Check this out. He's going to do it again. That's brilliant. So he's adding these columns right now, and I'm sure these columns are going to be flex, display flex, because they do earn a point for using flexbox. Column, yep, right here. They're adding flexbox as we speak. Basic Emmet, but I haven't seen that yet on DevWars though. I didn't know that C9 supported Emmet though. Yes, so none of these guys have been using it. Believe it or not, the only person I've ever seen using Emmet was Epinence, who was doing HTML. Heck yeah, we have a donation from Miss Nicole.
The fox stole my food. Please send help.
So that is, it's the fox's girlfriend. I know that. Thank you for the donation, Miss Nicole. I don't know how to help you with that. Fox, unless you want to get banned, you better give her food right now. I am threatening one of my moderators at this very moment. So guys, 11 minutes and 15 seconds left on the clock. What can they do? I mean, I'm going to refresh the page and see what they have accomplished right now. Okay, so it looks like we still have that overlay added over here on the red team. But check this out. You can, it's a little bit broken. I have to click it a few times. I have to click it twice to be exact. I don't know why. I'm sure they're going to fix this. Do these buttons work? They don't. And they have 10 minutes to sort this out. The red team does have some nice colors. They don't have a drop down yet. Are they going to be able to pull that off in 10 minutes? Who knows? Let's see what the blue team has. Oh, they have some very interesting style over here on the blue team. I really, really like it. The way they're organizing this. Okay, so this drop down is a click drop down. Interesting. It's not a hover, but it is a drop down nonetheless. And they have their stringing navigation working. Brilliant. Okay, it didn't work that time. Awesome, guys. So we have stuff working. Blue team is working very hard to complete those objectives. There is 9 minutes and 48 seconds left on the clock. Can red team pull it together? I mean, you guys know that red team was kind of off to a bad start because they did have Hitchcock handling JavaScript, who happened to leave, unfortunately. But we did handicap red team to make it so that they can code in all the languages to... Okay. What music is playing right now? I'm going to have to skip it. It is a bit explicit. Okay, so we did add a handicap to red team to be able to compensate for that loss. How do you work around hover drop downs on mobile? It has to be clickable, yes. It has to be like a toggleable button in JavaScript. Over here in the image wrapper, he is adding some styles to the h2 tag. Aiden, Lord of Vengeance, welcome to Syntag. Okay, guys, 8 minutes and 42 seconds left on the clock. There is not very much going on in the HTML. They are very focused over here on the styles and JavaScript on the red team. Are they working on more JavaScript at this very moment? It looks like it, yes. It looks like he's working on this light model box. Over here, I do see more activity on the blue team as well. Right now, they're adding more functions and stuff like that. So we're looking for find. So check that out right now. Beautiful, beautiful work. So it looks like blue team has about 20 more lines of code on red team. But it's not about quantity, it's about quality. So there are going to be you guys are going to be voting on the functionality of the website. Let's take a look at what they have so far. They do have their titles added. Check that out, guys. They are adding their drop down right now. It has a kind of an interesting transition. I wonder if they're going to remove this overlay. They haven't done it yet. This is the overlay that's supposed to open only for when you know, open the Lightbox. And their buttons are working, although it is kind of odd because you have to click it a few times. Well, actually, now it's working perfectly fine. Yeah, when you click it, it'll open it. Do these buttons work yet? No. Previous and next does not work just yet. Man, okay, what about the blue team? What do they have? So they do have that drop-down menu. That is one of the objectives. They do have the shrinking nav, which was another objective. They do have their Lightbox, which was another objective. Man, Aquile, welcome to Syntag. I hope I said your name right. What are all the objectives? They also have to create a flexbox 2-column layout. And yeah, I mean, it looks like they've completed all their objectives. They are free to handle their... They are free to approach their bonus, which is to create an absolute position, clear, empty coffee mug that fills with coffee while hovered. And that seems like something that would be very hard to pull off, especially in 6 minutes. Okay, so, I mean, this drop-down menu is kind of odd. I'm sure they're going to work this out. They need to get rid of that overlay. Okay, we have styles being added to the navigation right now, the navigation class. So they're changing the fonts. They do have Open Sans imported on the red team, which we saw blue team had that imported earlier in the beginning of the game. Let's see what's going on in the HTML. How they started on this coffee. So it's inside of the mug wrapper. It looks like he's highlighting it right now, so they must be trying to approach that at the moment. I mean, blue team can rack up points right now by completing that bonus. If they get that bonus, they will have just one more point on red team. And if they were smart, they'd take advantage of that, but they have 5 minutes to pull that off. So I don't see the coffee wrapper. Here it is. So mug wrapper, they just simply have it on display none because they have not started that yet on the CSS, and that is completely fine. I wonder if they are talking about doing it right now in their TeamSpeak. So just 4 minutes left. Can my moderators please let them know that they have 4 minutes and 44 seconds left on the clock? They need to, during this time, make sure that they close all their tags, make sure that everything is functional. I always advise that it is not a good idea to start working on new things with so little time left on the clock. Because what would happen is if the clock hits 0, and they have something, maybe they forgot to close a div and the whole, you know, page breaks, we're not going to be able to fix that. Whatever the website looks like by the time the clock hits 0 is what it looks like. So they're going to definitely have to take a hit on that if that ends up happening. Check this out right now, guys. Look, they're adding a function for the mug wrapper as we speak. It's a function. And it looks like they might. Can they do it though? 3 minutes, guys. Can they do this? They have 3 minutes and 30 seconds to do this. I mean, this is kind of a strange bonus objective. I mean, it looks pretty hard to pull off. Look at this. They're using top, and they're probably going to increase this percentage. Look at this. No time. It looks like they might give up on this. But it looks like Signal Exception does not have that mindset. He's probably thinking, I could do this. I don't know. So they might not be able to pull off this bonus objective during this time. I don't see any JavaScript added. I mean, more HTML added over here. So nothing going on in the HTML. More stuff going on in the JavaScript though, which is good because they are taking care of their functionality. Let's see what they're doing in their CSS. I don't see anything going on at this very moment. We do have a selector by Eversendy who has it placed right after the li hover UL. So that's the selector. He has it last. Not Flip. Welcome to Syntag. You are watching DevWars. We are 2 minutes left on the clock. Can my moderators please inform them about the time? It is getting close. It is getting really close. Has JavaScript really gave up on... No, they're still working on it, guys. And JavaScript can make it to where when you click, they can change CSS through their JavaScript. So, I mean, even though it says display none over here, it can still go down. Here's the links, guys. You can see it in your own browser. I'm not going to refresh the website until the clock hits 0 so that we don't see what the website looks like until it is finished. But yeah, guys, he is still working on the mug right now. I mean, if he could pull that off, that would be really freaking awesome. It looks like I mean, from the looks of it, it looks like it is finished. Look at this. They are not giving up. This is not allowed. Right here, inline styling is not allowed. Can my moderators please address this issue? I'm gonna have to delete it. Inline styling is not allowed. And I incorrectly did that. So 35 seconds left on the clock. 35 seconds left on the clock, guys. Okay. Flamariel posted in his thing saying cheat. Yes. Okay, so for those of you guys, oh guys, 10 seconds left on the clock, guys. I don't have any time to talk. We're gonna have to count down right now. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. It's over, guys. You guys watched them code for 60 minutes, and it's over. So what we're going to do is we're going to head on over to the site. We're going to refresh the page, and whatever they have is what they have. Okay, so it looks like I was a bit confused. It looks like I had it all wrong. It doesn't look like that was an overlay. It was just simply that these images were had an opacity to it. So the whole time I thought there was a a div background over this whole thing, but it turns out it wasn't what I thought it was. Okay, so what I'm going to do, guys, is during this time, I'm going to actually review both websites. So just give me one moment here, guys, while I set something up on my end. Again, just give me one moment. One moment. But yes, good job to both teams. They did a fantastic job. Okay, cool. So here we go, guys. I'm going to go ahead and review right now. So we're going to start with the blue team. Here's what they have. So I'm going to show you guys right now the objectives. Well, actually, I can't show you guys the whole time, but guys, the objectives were, let's have it opened over here first. Okay, so one of the objectives was to have it to where you would have a drop-down menu. So do they have a drop-down menu? Yes. So my moderators, please keep track of the points. So they do have a point for drop-down menu on the blue team. Do they have a... Yes, okay, so when you scroll down, their navigation shrinks. That was another objective. So give them a point for that. Okay. Also, are these handled in flexbox? I believe they are. Let's go back to the code. I'm just going to inspect this element. It'll be quicker. They are using flexbox. So give them a point for that. Also, is it responsive? It is responsive. They earned another point there. So that is 4 points right off the bat. There is one more objective. And that is well, no, actually, oh yeah, Lightbox. That was the last objective. So they do have a working Lightbox. Okay, they got rid of the X button and they made it so simply where you click out over here in this overlay, the Lightbox closes, which is perfectly fine. CD122001, welcome to Syntax. So they earned all 5 points, and I don't see their coffee mug anywhere. It looks like they didn't have time to do that, so they didn't earn that bonus point. So yes, guys, this is the design for the blue team, so keep that in mind. We're going to head on over to the red team right now and see what they have. So do they have it to where when you scroll down, the navigation will shrink? No, they don't. So they didn't earn a point for that objective. Unfortunately, they did earn a point for the drop-down menu. So that is a point right off the bat. Okay, do they have a functional Lightbox? These buttons don't work, but they do have it is functional though. So their working button is the X button. So they did earn a point for that. Also, are they using flexbox in this container? Are they using flexbox? I don't see a 2-column layout. I'm imagining they're not. Unfortunately, guys, it doesn't look like they're using flexbox in here. So they're not going to get a point for that. What else? They have to have a responsive design. Do they have a responsive design? They do. Well, it's more adaptive than anything. No, this is adaptive. Well, no, hang on. Do they have media queries to do this? My moderators, you be the judge if they get a point on that. Flexbox on model. Let's see. Whoops. We do have inline styling though right here, which it's not allowed, guys. You're not allowed to have inline styling unless that was handled by the JavaScript. Let's just make sure that it wasn't. Okay, so yeah, it was handled by the JavaScript, so that is totally fine. I don't see flexbox here either. So yeah, so they didn't earn a point for that. Also, yeah, I mean those were all the objectives, and they obviously didn't complete the bonus objectives. So here we go, guys. Those are the designs, final designs for both websites. We're gonna put up the vote right now. You guys are gonna vote for the winners on who won the best design. Who had the best design? Which team? And I'm gonna throw up the poll right now. There we go. So all you have to do is vote. To vote is just type blue or type red. Yeah, exactly. It has to have a 2-column layout. I don't see a 2-column layout over here, so they didn't get a point for that on the red team, unfortunately. So the winners of this vote will get 2 points. You get 2 points for winning this design vote. So while these votes are coming in, we are going to give it a minute here. A minute and 30 seconds to vote. So more people voting for Reed as usual. We always have somebody voting for Reed. So which team has the best design, guys? Blue team did complete all 5 objectives. They didn't have time to complete the bonus objective, however, but they did pull through. This is the red. You guys can't see the navigation bar. It is up there. It is up there. You guys couldn't see it was covered up by that border. Let me see if I can drop. No. So we're gonna be voting for like 30 more seconds here. There is another game right after this, and it is going to be an hour long. So guys, if you guys enjoyed this, or if you're just now tuning in, we do have one more game right after this, so stay tuned. Okay guys, so it looks like blue team did win in the best design. So we're gonna close that poll right now. Okay. Okay guys, now we're voting on functionality. So functionality, let's see how their site works. So on the blue team, we're scrolling down, right? Okay, so beautiful shrinkage of the navigation. As you guys can see, just it kind of shrinks. When you, it's a click drop down, right? So you click it and it'll drop down. It's not a hover drop down. When you click this Lightbox, it's a fixed div that pops up, fixed Lightbox. And when you click out in this black area is when it'll close. Actually, it doesn't matter where you click. It's just you can click anywhere, except for the header, of course. So it'll close just like that. Yeah, I mean that's how the site functions on the blue team. Let's see about the red team now. So the red team, I'm going to zoom in so you guys can see. They do have a navigation right here. When you hover over it, you know, it's a hover nav. It's not a click nav. And then when you click one of these buttons don't work, unfortunately, the previous and next button, but they just simply close it. And you can close it either by hitting this X button, or you can close it by, actually, you just close it by clicking anything. They don't have any specifics to how to close it. Okay, guys, so if you guys want to check out the website in your own browser, do so there. But in the meantime, we're going to throw up the vote for which site has the best functionality. That's either blue team or the red team. Again, you guys can check out the websites for yourself in your own browser and see for yourself. All right. So it's either blue team or red team. Type blue or red to vote. Blue or red. Which site has the best functionality? So we're just going to be voting for a little bit more here. Let's give it like 1 more minute. Also, I forgot to mention, we do have this animation over here on the red team where when you hover over it, kind of has this nice fade on the image to make it visible. Again, guys, if you guys want to see the website for yourself in your own browser, I did post it in the chat, so you're going to have to find the link there. Wow, it is like even right now. We're going to have to set a definite timer on this. So, guys, 1 minute exactly from now is when I'm going to close the chat. Whatever it is, the poll, whatever it is, by the time the time runs out, I'm going to actually just close the thing, and whoever wins, wins. So we'll see in just 20 more seconds here. Actually, 5 more seconds. That's what I meant. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, and bam, blue team did win. So that is the game right there, guys. Wow, never mind, I did lie. It didn't update. The red team did take that. Okay, so it looks like red team did take that win on the functionality. Can my moderators please give me the updated points in the chat, and then I will announce the winner. So, how many points did the blue team get, and how many points did the red team get? Let's see the final points. So we're just waiting for that. We had an awesome game. Both teams did an excellent job. On the red team, they actually had to work a little bit harder than the blue team because their JavaScript guy left, so Hitchcock completely ditched them, so they were left to take care of, to continue coding without him. But we did handicap them to where they can edit the code, you know, without, they can edit any code language. Tycho, I'm not sure if those were at the final. Okay, there we go. So blue 9 points and red got 5 points. Blue won. Yeah, not a little bit harder. I was obviously under exaggerating. Jung was working his butt off over there. This guy was doing an excellent job, and he actually was left alone at one point in time where he actually had to code all of them, all of the positions by himself. So, and Eversendy is confirming that he did do most of the work. But anyways, guys, red team did lose, blue team did win. So let's have a party over here on the blue team. Congratulations, blue team. Blue team is the winner. Congratulate them in the chat. You guys, both teams did an excellent